what is the best way you found to create distance from who you have been so you can step into who you could be?
2x4s. It always comes back to live life, get out there. Yeah. You can sit and philosophize all day, and you do this better than most people that I know in terms of like your practice, right? As a really beautiful discipline in your sadhana and your meditation. So that's another form of inspiration. It might be like plants aren't the catalyst for an insight, but perhaps sitting quietly for oneself in meditation, focus on your breathing, you can just dip your toe in something that perhaps is less familiar than the day-to-day grind, right? It's like, I sat still for 20 minutes. I didn't suddenly become a millionaire. I, wasn't suddenly put on billboards and famous or some of the things that some people think they want. But there was a real experience of peace. And that shift is, again, bucket number one, awareness, right? It's like, wow, maybe the way that I've constructed my own pursuits in life aren't that accurate, meaning that like one day when, like in this like constant like hamster wheel type mindset of I've got to get somewhere, and just simply through sitting quietly in meditation, somebody could find that the experience they think is to be found in the way off distant future was just readily available. Mm-hmm. And so that can equally become an incredibly powerful experience for people to just stop for a minute. Mm-hmm. Slow down. Yeah. Like, if there was an instruction that people, and I tend to not be the instructional guy because again, I'm not interested in changing behavior. I'm interested in changing perception. Yeah. But it would be, slow down. Because it's kind of like, I love using analogies as you're probably familiar, but like, if you've got a car that you're driving on the highway at 70 miles an hour and you're hearing some noise and you're hearing like some rattles and certainly doesn't sound like, the integrity of the car is intact. So you don't try to like just bring it down to 60 miles an hour and go, okay, like I'm going to lean out the window here and see if I can change that tire. It's like, no, you pull over and you stop.
Yeah.
So I think that's a beautiful reflection of like when people are going through hard times, sometimes the discomfort can be a catalyst for even more restlessness, right? People don't want to be in discomfort. We're designed as mammals to avoid pain and seek pleasure. So, but being big enough to actually sit with both, right? Like your dark side, your pain, your discomfort, your suffering, the things you don't want in life is ironically the catalyst for you to becoming an even more powerful human being who then actually has a greater proclivity to get what you do want, right? So just slowing down sometimes is actually the greatest conduit to resolving whatever issues you think you have that you think will be done by being busier and getting somewhere in the future.